or this time of the year all year long. Do you get excited about Christmas? I am so excited about Christmas. Man, I look forward to so many things. Let's see. I look forward to the lights, to the parties, to the food, and the presents. Oh my goodness. I love Christmas time. But this year, Christmas is gonna look way different than it has in the past. Christmas is a time for traditions. Well, a lot of our traditions are gonna not be the same this year. But do you know that Christmas is also a time to learn some lessons? It's times like these that we have to, when everything looks so different, and it can be scary, that we need to learn what our main point is today. I can have courage because God has a plan. Say it with me. I can have courage because God has a plan. At times like these, having courage is so important. God has a plan for you and for me. And it is a good plan, not a bad plan, not a sneaky plan. He has a great plan for you and me. None of us know the future. We don't know what will happen next year, next month, or even in the next few minutes. And not knowing can be scary. But we don't have to be scared, because even though we don't know what's going to be happening, God does. That's why we follow Him. He knows what is best for us, and He has given us instructions so that we can live the best life. Instead of fear, we should have courage, knowing that someone who loves us so much has a plan for our life. Plans are so important. If you're going to succeed at anything in life, you have to have a plan. But no matter how much planning we put into something, there's gonna come a time when our plans need to be changed. The person in our lesson today learned that lesson really well. Mary from Nazareth, you know who I'm talking about, she had great plans. Not plans to go on a trip or plans to build a house. She had other plans. She had plans for her life. She was engaged to a man named Joseph. She had plans to get married, to make a home, to have children, and live happily ever after. But her plans changed real quick. God sent an angel named Gabriel to deliver a message to Mary. He called her favored woman. But why was this angel there? Mary began to get scared. Fear started creeping in to her life. The angel told Mary not to be afraid. He told her that she was going to have a little baby. And this wasn't going to be just a regular baby. This was going to be the Son of the Most High. This baby was going to be the most important baby ever. And all of her plans just got changed. Mary was a young girl, so this was probably really overwhelming to her. What would God's plan look like? His plans were going to change everything, some for the good, but maybe some for the bad. What if Joseph left her? What if her parents disowned her? The future looked way different for Mary than it did before, and she was nervous and confused. She didn't know which way to go. She didn't know. But Mary did not tell the angel no. She told him that she was the Lord's servant and to use her however. Man, that took a lot of courage for Mary to do that. She made a choice to accept God's plan for her life. Now, God's plan was going to be difficult. It was going to be dangerous. And there were still a lot of things about this plan that she didn't know. But Mary knew that God's plan for her life was way better than anything else that she could have planned for herself. And because God was a part of this new plan, she knew that she could have courage to follow him along in that plan. And everything that the angel said came true. Several months later in Bethlehem, Mary gave birth to a little baby. You know what they called him? That's right. They named him Jesus. His birth changed everybody's plans for everybody who was ever born and who was ever going to be born. It changed all of our plans. Because of his birth, we have the opportunity to spend forever with him. That is a big change of plans. Now take a look here. This is one of my favorite candles. But you know, fires can be scary. You see it? Fires can be really scary. You can feel the heat if you get too close. Yeah, ouch. When fire gets too much fuel, it can get out of control. You know that's how fear happens too. If we put too much fear into it, it can get out of control. But the good news, I have good news about this. The good news is that God is stronger than any fire. And he's also stronger than fear. Watch. Yeah, God is more powerful than any fire. He is, even when our fear is out of control, if we ask him, he can come in and do just like what that snuffer did. He can snuff out that fear just like that. But we have to ask him. God had some amazing plans for Mary. And he has some even more amazing plans for you and for me. Now, it's important to remember that God's plans at times are probably going to look different than the plans that we have. Kind of like this Christmas for us. It doesn't look like the plans that we would have made, but that doesn't mean it has to be bad. We might not know what this Christmas holds, but if we are following God and we have the courage to follow God, we can know that his plans are better than any plans we could ever make. Now that's something to get excited about. Merry Christmas!